Welcome to No, This Is Not About Lions. I am Shirin from House, Finland, and this podcast is all about Africa and Europe collaboration, and we are aiming to delete some of the myths, stereotypes, and focus on things that really matters. And today we have a very special guest all the way from Finland, our Prime Minister, Petteri Orpo. Thank you very much for joining us, Prime Minister.
Thank you so much for you.
How are you today?
I'm fine. I have had 2 excellent days here in South Africa.
I'm so glad to hear. I've been here for almost 2 years and I absolutely love it.
This is a beautiful country.
Well, we can maybe go into, because you've been 2 days in South Africa, you have a very big delegation of Finnish companies with you. I think it's the biggest so far in South Africa, if I understood right.
Yes, this is biggest ever. Actually, 19 companies, flagship companies, big companies from Finland, and they are very committed. And we also know that 33 companies are already here working in South Africa.
Yeah, and it's incredible because I was just speaking to some of them, and one thing that clearly came up is that, the real will wanting to work together and create jobs as well, and that's very, very close to my heart personally. Han, why do you think this visit is very important now, especially at this time?
At this time, maybe we all understand that we need each other in this little bit difficult time, and we have recognized that even if we have done cooperation for decades, that now we have deepened and deepened our business cooperation, and we have so much in common, and what we have to provide from Finland is just what is needed here in South Africa. For example, in energy sector, mining, digitalization, water, etc. We have so much in common, and that's why it's crucial that Finnish companies now realize to come here and invest here.
Yeah, and I really love the fact they came here to see it for themselves. And since you were 2 days in Angola, I think,
yes.
Yeah, and then 2 days here. So one of the things that I said in the beginning, that we were trying to delete some of the myths and stereotypes. Is there anything like between sort of Africa-Europe partnership, a myth that you would like to finally see being deleted?
Yes, I want to say that this is not one-way cooperation, this is real cooperation. For example, in mining sector, South African companies have invested into Finland, and there are real professionals in many sectors, very high-level companies, expertise. And actually what is important to understand is that South Africa is very modern. This is well-functioning society. Of course, they have problems.
Like we do as well in Finland, like everywhere.
But this, most important is that this is well-functioning society.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and just to be a little bit selfish in this whole scenario, but the more Finnish companies comes here, like it means that I can maybe stay longer as well.
I can see that you enjoy staying here, so let's hope so.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So I must ask, because the podcast is called No, It's Not About Lions, have you seen any lions around?
No, I have seen not any. I would like to see.
Yeah, me too, actually. I don't think I've seen one yet. I did see a zebra, but yeah. Thank you, Prime Minister, for your time.
Thank you so much, and be careful with lions.
I will. Thanks. And now we'll turn to the companies and see if we can delete any of the myths with them.
I have been 15 years in Africa, and I learned to understand what is really needed on the continent by listening to people. And one myth that I believe we should completely erase of our minds, especially as European when we come here, that the requirements are different here than in Europe in terms of digital infrastructure. I feel that the right to access data, to be digitally connected and enjoy the same service, no matter if you earn a few dollars a day or a few thousand, is the same. The quality, you need to be able to be trusting the technology that's going to be available. So that could be one of the myths that I would like to kill about Africa. We need quality, trusted, sustainable and scalable infrastructure.
I would say it is that young African people need to be helped. I think actually what they want are partners who will help them to unleash their talent and their potential. Because it's not that Africans want help or need help, it's that they just want a fair opportunity in the world to engage and to show how much value they can add. You know, like in South Africa, when we talk about like youth unemployment and unemployed people, we deal with companies all the time. Normally when they start, they're like, okay, I have to help these unemployed young people, and okay, how many must I take, right? And it's like, you know, they have to do it. But, you know, it doesn't take more than 5-6 months, and the guy who was reluctant to help all of these young people running around his office looking after them now realizes that, oh, actually, these are resources with skills, with talent, creativity. They add value to the business, and they change their mindset altogether. Then they become people who, the next time around, are like, okay, actually, you know what? These young people can add value. Let me actually now look for talent, right? And they have a totally different mindset. And I think, you know, Europeans also that come here, there's this thing about Africa aid, help, you know. I think it's actually opportunity. And it's all about a mindset. And I think the people that pursue the opportunities get the reward. And then in the end, they realize that, you know what, this is a myth. The most profitable relationship with Africa is actually not aid or support, it's investment and partnership.
A myth that I'd like to delete for any European country, any Western country listening is that in Africa, it is not a hard obstacle to penetrate. When it comes to the different African nations, but specifically now South Africa, that when it comes to penetrating the different sectors, people come here thinking, we'll come and get traditional outfits and they have good music and we're good for entertainment. But in actuality, we are a heavily mineral-based continent. We have critical minerals that have to now be involved with energy, have to be involved with, as we've learned, satellites, and all the other things that make the whole fourth industrial revolution turn. And so for us to act like we are, you know, just entertainers or the audiences to the world, we're actually the producers of a lot of the world. So what I'd like to demystify is that we are partners in the world that we're creating and not just consumers. We're not just the back end. And so what I'd like to demystify most foremost is that we're people that want to collaborate with the rest of the world in building that future, not just being the people who find out what the future has for us and working for it, but working towards it.
Regarding South Africa, I have been so positively surprised that this is no development country at all. It is very well developed, and what is very important for me is that everybody, irrespective of a background, whatever, speaks completely fluent English. So it's so easy to get along here as a tourist or as a businessman.
The myth about Finland, I've always believed, I think this is because of I was born pre-apartheid, so I used to look at Europe as a superior person. But you know, in the later years, when you start engaging with Europe and all that, you realize that there is a lot between us that we can be able to collaborate with. So it's not about the one needing the other one more. It's more of all of us needing each other to be able to proceed. And also we just need to break that cultural barrier, that it's not even to break it but to understand it, because there is a culture that we have in Africa and there is a culture that they have, but we can be able to work together in measuring and synergizing and flowing together in still adopting the culture. I was listening to one of the speakers who spoke about Ubuntu and explained it in detail, and to me that was very impressive, because it really says that he is understanding what Africa stands for and what South Africa stands for, and which was quite impressive.
Okay, so the myth. Yeah, well, First of all, I think that if we are thinking of as a Finnish person, So I have to say that it was very surprising, and what I have not realized, that you have so much, the knowledge, and very high level companies here. So that was totally, it was one myth, because I was thinking that, okay, you are working, in a basic level, what we are doing in many countries, because I have been there in Middle East, they are mostly working in a basic, but you have a huge range of the very good companies, and that is really good for you and good for the whole Africa, and of course good for the relationship between Finland and South Africa.
One myth that I'd like to delete is that the South African market is very difficult to navigate. I mean, there's challenges here and there, but I think, we're such a friendly nation, and we really do want to incorporate the spirit of Ubuntu and just working together and bringing business from different parts of the world. So I think if you come in with the right attitude, it's not a difficult market at all.
Okay. Finland is not a small country. I have heard so many times that Finland is a small country, but we have biggest delegation in the history of delegations in Africa, 19 companies.
The one myth that I would love to delete with regards to how the international world perceives South Africa is that we are humans like everybody else, as you've seen, very welcoming, very willing to help, and always willing to build good relationships for the future and for the country. Yes, we have a challenge with crime in our country, but I believe the government is working very hard towards it, and I believe that's going to attract more investment. And I believe the Finland government has seen that. They've been here, they've seen that security has improved in our country. And yes, we look forward to future collaborations and partnerships in terms of the technology, the mining equipment that they have, for us to better draw all the minerals that we have within the continent.
I think the myth or the demystification I would like to do is we Europeans used to have a single lens and see Africa as a single nation or a continent, but we don't believe or we don't see that Africa is a continent of 54 countries, and each country is unique in its way, and you should have an approach that defines the uniqueness and tradition of each country. So the demystification I would like to do is like every African country is unique, independent, traditionally and culturally. So when we are planning for any solution, even starting from the fundamentals as tourism to providing connectivity or providing railways, we should look into as a country and provide the needs as they deem fit. So that's a myth I would like to really overcome.
The myth that is, I think it is very, very important that I've observed, especially from the Finnish government as well as the Finnish mission, in terms of the myth that we've always had is that the European countries, there's that Afro-pessimism. Okay, the Finnish mission and the Finnish business delegation, led by the Primeminister from the ongoing engagements that we've had, I think in the last 2 weeks or so, before they came here, they were able to start with the highlights, the good things and the good news that is happening out of South Africa. Unlike the other Western countries, they'll start by the negative aspects. But then we all cognizant of the fact that there's been green shoots. There's been green shoots in South Africa in terms of ratings upgrade, the curbing the rate of inflation as for starters, and then also getting off the grey list, which has been very, very important. As the chairman of the DBSA articulated, that most countries, once they get there, they never come out, and that increases the cost of borrowing and the like. But then that myth for me stands out as most in terms of how the Finnish perceive South Africa, and then most importantly, how hopeful and bullish they are with the prospects of South Africa, having led also, just to emphasize the seriousness of the Finnish. What they brought today was the largest delegation ever on the African continent. I think we're talking 17, 19 companies. Yeah, which is also the processes kickstarted with the president being part of the G8. The G20, sorry, the G20 conference, and led by the Prime Minister at the highest level. So that on its own, it showed how serious this interaction has been taken. So the perception that one is now.
Wow, that was a lot of good myths that we are able to delete today. And thank you all the companies for taking part in that. And it was amazing to hear that finally, when people actually come down here to South Africa and other African countries, that companies do see the potential, the young population, the digitalization, and all the skills that we have here. And one even, I think, thought that I was South African, so I'm quite happy about that. But thank you for listening. I'm Shirin, and this is No, It's Not About Lions, and see you next time.
This podcast is part of the Data Governance in Africa initiative, helping the African Union shape data policies, enable cross-border data flows, and build secure, sustainable digital infrastructure. Funded by the EU and 5 member states, it supports a unified digital market in Africa.